I just feel like a person is entitled to a little privacy, and I felt robbed of it from a very young age. I just think that's like, you don't have to like bare your soul to some selected stranger. I'm sorry. All that prying and prodding at me, it made me doubt everything I think, which I think is no way to be. And it made me very self-conscious, like there was something like, you know, terribly strange and different about me. So I think I'm just sort of like a regular sort of person. This is the story of Berta Bornstein, who was my first child analyst who screwed me up once and for all at the very beginning. I mean, I could see maybe doing it if you could build a relationship to a person and then you'd maybe want to. But it would have to be done under that kind of, like, feeling. I mean, you'd have to do it yourself, not be like, have it dragged out of you. It was like, it was really like mind wash, and you couldn't get out of it without incriminating yourself, you know? Like if you wanted out from it, that was the sure proof that you really needed it desperately. See, I literally felt as if I went there 3 times a week to be raped, which I was. It was like I was submitted to like forcible rape, but mind rape, 3 times a week. I really think it fucked me up a lot. I lay all my complaints at the like totally nerve-wracking experience of getting to know this woman at a tender young age. First of all, she had this huge liver-colored birthmark over half of her face. Vivid, not like, you know, small. There I was, 8 years old, and I am driven by my mother to 27 West 96th Street. Where I had my hour, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, at like after school, 3:30 or 4:30, and my brother went too, and he had the hour before me or after me, so my mother would only have to make one trip, and then she'd sit there while both children have an hour, and then she'd drive us home to Riverdale. Is this cuckoo behavior, or isn't it? When we call her BB, short, which I always have to laugh, because when I think of Brigitte Bardot, I mean, this was no beauty. This woman was like, scared me because she was so physically ugly. Like, I think it was a terrible thing to put a kid with like such a like, you know, overwhelmingly ugly person to deal with about your intimate self. I mean, you know, like, come on already, you know, like, I was scared to death. I wouldn't tell her anything, especially nothing intimate. Are you kidding? So through my whole 8 years of analysis, from age 8 to age 16, where I went 3 times a week, I deliberately kept anything intimate from coming out. I used to make up like material to give to the analysis, which would sound good, and which would like look like I was really collaborating when really I wasn't. Just to keep up appearances, sort of. And then they had you play with dolls, and then they were going to analyze what you did with the dolls. And draw pictures. And mostly I don't remember, I was a little kid. And there were things that were expected of you, like you were expected to have a dream. Like they worked in these completely rote ways. So Berta Bornstein had this Cocker Spaniel dog that was so she should be a real person, called Bamboo. Meanwhile, she was like the most awkward person with animals I think I've ever met in my life. Like she didn't have the vaguest idea what to do with a dog. She never even probably had a plant before. Meanwhile, my father just sort of twiddles his thumbs and pretends like, I don't know what, he humors her or something. Anyway, it's very, very expensive. My grandmother pays for it because, of course, my parents have no money at all. 8 years, and we never had a relationship. We never made one. And she accepted that. And she accepted the fakery. In other words, I faked that I was doing it, and she faked that she never called me once. But I suppose she didn't want to, encourage transference. Or something, you know what I mean? She was not human to me at all. And she was so ugly. That's what I never forgive her for being so ugly. She had some nerve to be so ugly. I mean, she's the stuff of nightmares.